Welcome to another episode of the Online Prosperity Experience podcast. You're about to hear your host, Prosper Taravinga's powerful digital marketing strategies and actionable tactics that you can use right now. Prosper has helped more than 50,000 people from over 10 countries to create meaningful businesses that are profitable and enjoyable. Listen to this podcast so that you too can build your own business with less stress and overwhelm. Let's get started.
Howdy, partner. Yeah, it's the Online Prosperity Experience. And today we're going to be talking about effective marketing collaboration for your coaching, consulting, and service-based small business. All right. But however, before we get started, I wanted you to understand that you don't go far if you're going to try and go alone, but you go a lot further if you go together. So in this podcast, we're going to be outlining 5 essential steps that you need to follow so that you can create an effective marketing collaboration. That way you can reach more clients that pay, stay, and refer. And I'm going to be showing you how to get started with marketing your business and providing you an easy to follow sort of process so you know what marketing activities to follow on when you are reaching out to partners that can help you reach an audience that you cannot effectively reach on your own. And we're going to be looking at exactly how you can actually create an effective marketing collaboration strategy. Okay. So you might be wondering, wait a minute, why is this important and why should I care? Well, if you're passionate about doing work that you were meant to be doing and living an inspired life while you're doing it, wouldn't you want to reach out to as many people as possible so they can hear your word and actually reach out to you to help them solve their problems? So if that's who you are, then you are in the right place, my friend. My mission is to help coaches and consultants like yourself build a brand that they're proud of and create a lifestyle that you love. Wouldn't that be an amazing thing and an amazing feat for you to achieve? I think so. If not, obviously this is not the right place for you. I know a lot of coaches and consultants, they have this ambition to impact 1 billion people, impact 1 billion kids, change the lives of a million teenagers, or whatever it is, that really big, hairy, audacious goal. And it's a very noble approach. You know why? Because they're all after the legacy and, leaving the world a better place than they found it. But guess what? This does not happen, by yourself. You're going to need partners and people that have already been in business that can literally help you get started in a way, to obviously reach as many of those people as possible. And that's the reason why it's very important for you to create marketing partnerships and collaborating with other people that are already within your industry or people that are already trying to reach out the same people either online or offline to create, marketing messages that resonate to those kind of people. So how did I come across this? In the last couple of days, I've been approached by 2 very different people. One of them is an accountant and another person is an events coordinator, and they all wanted to create some sort of marketing synergy between us. So I was like, oh, wait a minute. Am I manifesting things like this in the universe? Why these 2 very separate people coming to me with, the same sort of topic? So I started looking into it and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm already doing this, but I've never actually maybe talked about it. So as you know, this podcast is about us snitching on what's happening in the marketing world, especially for coaches and consultants. We've got an episode, guys. We've got an episode. So in the process of me trying to make sense of who I can collaborate with, I actually then started looking deeper into what sort of collaboration we could do and what will be actually comfortable and profitable for both of us. And as you know, I always advocate that you do not need to sacrifice your income, to do what you love. You can literally have both. So I'm going to walk you through my simple step-by-step process that we have drafted and created. With one of them, I'm not going to tell you which one, that we're going to create a marketing collaboration together with. So the first thing that I actually did was to understand what we wanted to achieve from the actual collaboration, because there's no point in just joining forces with somebody without having a clear understanding of what the end goal is. All right, because when you're going somewhere, all right, you put the address of where you are going in the GPS. How are you going to know when you have arrived? Okay, so you want to make sure that you've got the end in sight. That way it's easier for you to reverse engineer the whole process and see if you have tackled everything in order for you to create an amicable partnership. So you need to understand what it is that you both need to achieve with your marketing collaborator or your marketing partner. Okay, and maybe before we actually start on with that, I want to show you that maybe you are already doing these marketing partnerships, but you did not quite realize that it is a strategy in and of itself. Okay, if you're doing any white labeling of tools, softwares, and systems, that's already some sort of a market partnership. You are utilizing somebody else's IP or somebody else's license or tools in order to pass them on as if they're your own. All right, they're getting their fair share of whatever they're charging you. You are getting whatever margins you're putting on top of that tool. So that in and of itself is already marketing collaboration. If you're doing any affiliate marketing, okay, so if you're selling other people's products on their behalf, that happens a lot in the coaching and consulting industry. That's already partnership marketing. All right, and if you're doing content developing, maybe you're guest posting in other people's blogs or you're appearing on other people's podcasts and things of that nature, that already is marketing collaboration right there. If you're a distribution partner, so let's say there's one of my clients who is a what do you call those people that into Western medicine? All right, so she distributes other people's products that are not the pharmacy. Okay, and she's a naturopath. And she already has distribution partnerships where she's the only person in Australia that can distribute one particular product from a distributor there. That's already a marketing collaboration in full effect. All right, and if you're doing charitable partnerships or joint products or product placement, sponsorships, all of that is already marketing collaboration. So it is in your best interest to actually make sure that you've got a good strategy to pull you through so you can actually get the most out of that partnership. So if you're thinking, wait a minute, I'm not going to be partnering with anybody, or I'm not going to be doing certain things with people, guess what? You are somehow, somewhere already undertaking some sort of a partner marketing collaboration right there. And also, one thing that I wanted you to understand is you are literally not in a business partnership, okay? Because there's a whole big difference between a marketing partnership and a business partnership. All right, so at its core, it looks like you guys are doing the same thing, but you have either terms and conditions or some sort of clause that does not let you sell your business to them, or that they officially own your business. You're just literally collaborating in order to reach out to the same customers in a way that is less less income intensive than you having to try and recreate maybe that tool, that system, or whatever, that process that you're licensing from somebody else. So right now you already are doing some sort of partnership marketing, but wouldn't it be well and truly good for you to literally get the most out of it? So this is what we're going to be tackling in this podcast today, and I'm hoping you've got your pen and paper ready so you can take some notes. As I actually had to re-skill myself yesterday while I was negotiating these partnership agreements. All right, first thing is you need to understand what you want to achieve with this collaboration, because these marketing collaborations and partnerships can literally provide your business with so many benefits, and you need to be very sure and articulate, as to what it is that you're going to be achieving. Otherwise, how are you going to be measuring results? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you might just end up doing more to benefit the other person than you're actually getting a return of your time, money, and effort involved in this, because having this sort of partnership requires a lot of your involvement. And sometimes, if you're not getting compensated for that, then it's just a waste of everybody else's time. All right. But before you actually start approaching your potential partners, or you start thinking about this, it's very important to understand exactly what it is that you want to achieve. Okay. Have you understood who your target market is? Have you understood what you want your target market to ask you to do for them before you actually go to somebody else and say, hey, let's partner, because you just saw that they probably have more fans than you on Facebook and you want to take advantage of that? People that are already set up would not bet an eyelid or, lend an ear to listen to people that have got nothing to bring to the table. So you really need to understand exactly what it is that you want to achieve. And this sort of strategic approach, when you're developing a partnership, will actually ensure that you are probably using your time the most effectively way and maximizing your opportunity to achieve some sort of a great outcome. Because if there's no results at the end of it, how are you going to measure success of whatever it is that you're trying to put together there? Now, I know there's several things that, you may be seeking from a partner, okay? An example could be, you're seeking a partner so that you can have a access to the community that they've already created, already, okay? Or you want to have access to the audience that they already have, gathered and created. And you could actually, use this to help expand your reach and maybe use that to put your offers and generate more leads. You want to make sure that your partner's audience is exactly who you want to end up working with, because there's no point in you working with people that are going to be a pain in the wrong places just simply because they are available and they have got an email address that you want to have access to. All right. So you may actually be seeking collaboration, with a partner who could actually support you in growing your own community and email list. So you have to be clear on what you are expecting and what the actual result of this collaboration is going to, spell out as success. Or maybe alternatively, you may be wanting to learn from others in your industry and believe having a collaboration with them gives you access to the knowledge, to the people, to the communities that they have already gathered, so that it saves you money, time, and effort in learning things, that were going to cost you a lot of time to learn. All right. And, it could be actually an effective way for you to gain knowledge, without expending the copious amount of hours required for you to learn an MBA or learning how to tweet. I don't know what they're doing these days. And you may also want to develop a partnership with other businesses, especially business owners, to get referrals to each other. This is maybe the one reason why a lot of people do a lot of partnerships, because it's got one sort of goal. They want to have that sort of access to each other's communities, audiences, so they can actually get referrals, for the business or the work that they're doing. And once you know what it is that you want to achieve, then it's actually time to start researching your market and determine who will be an excellent fit for your business. And an excellent fit is actually really important, because you're going to be working with this person so much. You don't want to just bring along people that are maybe, of the different virtues or different political spectrum to you, and you're just going to be clashing with them at every opinion or every sort of, suggestion that you might have. So you need now to research your market for collaboration partners. And the best thing you want to do is look at where are your customers before they come to you, and where do your customers go to after they've finished working with you. All right. So this could be anything. All right. We are dealing with people, and people have different needs at different stages of their life, depending on where they are on the hierarchy of needs. All right. So you might be selling consulting, training, information, expertise, or paid speaking gigs, and maybe you are some sort of an accountant. All right. But before people come to you, they may be dealing with a marketing person who is helping them set up, the lead generation systems or nurturing systems, and maybe their sales conversion strategies. Those same people will then need your services as an accountant later on, so that you can actually help them be tax compliant when the government is knocking on their door or breathing down their neck. All right. And then pretty much after they're done working with you, they've created the marketing plans, they already have the tax sorted out. They're going to be looking for investment tools and things of that nature. So you also want to partner with people where you can refer on those customers. Now you become that sort of concierge where people start so before, during, and after, and you now become that sort of linchpin in people's lives. So you want to research your market for collaboration partners that are there before, maybe during, and then after, when you have sort of finished up with that person. Okay, because you can get affiliate income while you are referring on these people. It depends on the sort of level of compensation that you would have wanted to accept. So when it comes to researching your market for collaboration partners, you want to start by maybe just write out a list of those business owners in your area or in your industry who have maybe a similar market to you, but who are not your direct competition. So those people that are before, those people that are sort of during, and those people that are after, when you're done working with those clients. And this could be business owners who provide maybe a complementary service to yours, but not in direct competition. And the alternative to this could be, they could be a business owner who provides their services maybe in the same geographical area. Okay, so somebody who is a gardener would obviously want to collaborate with somebody who's a cleaner, and maybe collaborate with an insurance specialist. You know why? Because we're dealing with the same person who's got a house that needs their garden cleaned, that needs their house cleaned, and also might need house and contents insurance. So you see where it doesn't limit you to the exact people that are in the same niche or industry as you. You can just really be creative with the marketing collaboration that you can actually create there. So all these business owners will actually make great marketing collaboration partners, as it actually enables you to get in front of their audience and grow your visibility. Half of the time, one person would need an average 16 services. So if you have access to all these 16 service providers, guess what? You've got 16 salespeople out there working for you. You know what I mean? And they're generating leads to you while you're just sending them one person that is divided into 16 different services. You get my flow in what I'm talking about here. So it actually helps you get in front of other audiences that you would not have been able to get onto, and literally grow your visibility like fireworks. You know what I mean? So once you've got this sort of short list of business people, research their businesses and sort of estimate how broad their audience and communities might be, because some people are probably just too big for you to be able to handle the kind of work that comes through, or the type of client that they attract. All right. So all this information is just going to help you determine how much value you may have to offer to get access to this audience. Because if you're having a lower tier sort of product, it might not be attractive to the business owner that is a higher tier sort of service provider. You know what I mean? So if they have a larger audience, the potential could be they want more value from you, just so that it matches the energy or the vibration of their client base. You get what I'm trying to say, right? So you want to determine if they actually have any other sort of marketing collaborations and partnerships in existence that might actually be a conflict of interest with your business at the end of it all, right? All this research, you want to do it prior, so that when you then show up at this person's virtual door or doorstep, at least you're not going to be rejected based on you not having just done your homework. You know what I mean? So you want to determine if they the right fit for where you want to go, and sort of, at the end of the day, these partnerships could actually be maybe an exclusive agreement, and therefore you might actually be blocked from partnering with other people in the near future. You also want to be careful that you are not putting yourself in a hole here that you'll never be able to escape out of. So all this research information may be literally on their website, or you can actually have to network with some of these business owners in your area, or just pick up the phone and call them, because you just want to be creating a relationship with somebody up until you actually know if you want to go home with them. And I don't know what else you're gonna do after that. All right, so once you find this alignment with your brand values, with your virtues and who you are, it's also essential to ensure that you are not sort of maybe damaging your brand through associating with another brand that is not aligned to yours. If somebody has been in the newspaper for fraudulent activities, you as an accountant, you do not want to be near them, because your clients are going to start thinking, wait a minute, if birds of a feather flock together. All right. So once you've got this short list of all these potential partners, the next step is to now brainstorm what sort of value you're bringing to the table. Right. Remember, we do not get paid. And for our existence as a business person, we get paid in direct proportion to the value that we bring to the marketplace. And this is especially true when you're looking to partner with other businesses. What's in it for them, okay? And you want to determine what you have to offer to this partner in order for them to then stop in their tracks and actually pay attention to what you're bringing to the table. You see, a lot of people that seek partnerships have got nothing to offer. They have no credibility in the marketplace. They have no lists that are formulated. They just have nothing, but they just want to associate with a big brand just so that they have that notoriety that, yeah, check me out. I'm associated with Apple. I'm associated with Microsoft and things of that nature. So for there to be, effective marketing collaboration, there has to be something in it for both parties. All right. So if you're new to business, then this step can be a little bit challenging, as you might not have anything worthwhile to offer, or maybe you don't have a broad audience that you can actually offer this collaboration partner. But it doesn't mean it necessarily has to be something like that. You could actually have the skill set or expertise that the other partner does not have, or something of value that you can actually offer, which helps them maybe solve a problem or pain point that they might actually have. So you want to consider what's essential maybe to your short list, and what is essential for your actual outcome. What are you looking to gain, by collaborating with people? So an example that may be useful is maybe you want to save money in your marketing activities, right? And if you had money to invest, you want to sort of have somebody that you can share those costs with, if you do a joint promotion. So let's say an accountant meets with a shareholder, advisor and a wealth and a financial planner. They can actually rent a hotel room, bring in people, and collaborate on the leads that they might get on that particular day, right? So some businesses don't have time to create content for their audience and continuously. So you could actually come in and be that glue that actually, creates content, and you can actually benefit from whatever leads are coming through that way, So there's a lot of bonuses, that comes along with you connecting with other people that already are a step ahead with you in business. But at the end of the day, as your business grows, you could become a valued collaboration or referral partner to other business owners. Don't forget to send the elevator down, all right? So once you now have made it, you also want to be the leg up for other people that are on their way up, all right? That's just, human nature, all right? And once you've found these people, they align with who you are, where you're going, and things of that nature, you want to prepare a collaboration pitch and actually approach these people, okay? If you have identified what you're trying to achieve, whom you want to connect, and what sort of value you're bringing to the table, then it's time for you to prepare a pitch. Now, you need to have identified your target market and clarified your message prior. You're much more likely to be successful if you're prepared and you show up, to your potential partner, with all the answers, all the research being done, and you're also willing to put in the work that needs to happen. So, if I show up to somebody, half baked with all the answers, I don't even know how we're going to get started and things like that, guess what? That partner is going to be like, oh yeah, okay, I'll think about it. And guess what? Nothing ever comes out of that. All right. So when you are preparing your pitch, you want to ensure that it's presented in a way that shows the value that you can provide to the person that you're preparing it for. It's what's in it for them. Why should they listen to you? Why you? Why are you road mapping? And importantly, you also want to, you don't want your pitch to sort of come across as though it's all about you and you are getting the most out of the partnership. It literally has to be the other way around. All right. So make it look like the other guy is benefiting from a whole lot of your showing up, and they don't even get to do nothing, or lift a finger. People like that because everybody's lazy, and you know that, right? So it might also be a really good idea for you to pitch it as though you want to explore a potential, collaboration, not exactly like you're already coming in, already dreaming that, this is what it's going to look like and things like that, all right? Because you may find that after you meet this business partner, they might actually not be the best partner for your business. And, you still can walk away as a friend without having actually, made an enemy out of the whole process, all right? So you want to consider the best way to reach out to this person. Either you could do it face to face, or you could, do it over a Zoom meeting, but just make sure you're speaking to them in person. Don't pitch over email, all right? And ideally, you want to arrange a time to actually meet, because some people actually have their secretaries and other people responding to their emails. Speak to the direct decision maker. And once you have actually made this conversation, shake hands, all right? I know there's social distancing and things of that nature, but just shake hands with these people. Human beings really, really acknowledge and build trust, once they've actually met the right person who can make the actual decision. And if the stars align, hey, just agree on the outcomes and a time frame for the marketing collaboration, okay? So don't make it out like you're there for life with them. Just give it a time frame. Say, hey, we can get this started and see what it looks like maybe in a year. And if it means we need to refresh this, then obviously we've got something that we've learned, all right? So if your meeting with your potential partner actually goes well, then you should actually have the next step lined up. You know what I mean? Just formalize your marketing collaboration and make sure there's some sort of level of documentation and some sort of agreement, because hearsay at the end of the day is nobody wants that. You know what I mean? So you just want to make sure that you actually eliminate a lot of risk that is involved, with this potential partnership. And, there's a low level of risk that is going to be involved. Is somebody going to need to pay money? Is there some sort of arrangement that needs to be done? Who's going to be looking after, the actual execution of the thing? Because at the end of the day, if there's no documentation, there will be a lot of misunderstanding and disagreements down the track, and you don't want to be quarreling and holding people by their collar, holding them against whatever they said when they were just excited. You know what I mean? So be sure to actually include the targets, the goals, as well as what each partner will be contributing, just so you can avoid collaboration confusion, all right? And finally, wow, this was good, wasn't it? I mean, obviously, you don't get stuff like this anywhere except the online prosperity experience. All right, you don't want to map out something that is too cumbersome, but you also want to put a timeline for when the marketing collaboration and activities need to occur, so that each and every one of you guys is held accountable, as well. If there's a timeline and a time frame, then if they have a team, their team can then easily sort of execute on what is needed, all right? And it will actually become something that will be fruitful and lucrative for both of you, all right? I know one of these strategies could actually work for you, and you don't want to be out there maybe cold calling potential clients and having them hang up in your face all the time, or sending out hundreds of emails without getting as much as thanks for reaching out, or wasting thousands of dollars on ad spend, when you can actually just partner with someone who already have access to your client. So if you're not sure where to start when it comes to maybe marketing your service-based business, let me tell you something. Why don't you schedule a call with me, and we can actually work hands-on with you to develop a strategic plan, and then we'll deep dive and work through your ideal client clarity. Because if you're clear on the people that you want to reach out to, it's easy for you to see where they are right now, where they are before they need your services, and where they're going after. That way you'll be able to literally reach out to those partners and pen out some really lucrative partnership agreements. All right. And once we've walked through your ideal client clarity, we'll look at the strategic messaging that you need to send out to your target market and also future and potential partners. All right. You need to speak to them in a level and in a way that they understand what the call to action is. And you now need to maybe look at your consulting or coaching offers, your fees, your pricing, so that you can align with the level of partnership that you are getting into. And we also might need to look at your business model optimization. Do you have space? Do you have extra tables and chairs for new customers to come in or for new partners to sit in while you're, reaping the benefits of that partnership? And then pretty much what we'll then do after that is just help you set up your marketing engine, lead generation system, so you can consistently attract the ideal clients. And partnership marketing could be one of them. So it needs to be set up well, and you would literally have in your hands a blueprint on how to create an effective marketing collaboration strategy. Now, wouldn't that be nice, where you can actually create for and relate to your audiences and never have to worry about where your clients are coming from? I really want you to create a business that's profitable and enjoyable and attract the right kind of people that you want to work with, so that you, my friend, would be able to have a happier existence. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, let's continue the conversation in the Live Long Digital community. Become a Live Long Digital community member today. This community is for ambitious entrepreneurs and small business owners with the drive to take control of the future of their businesses and achieve huge success without stress and overwhelm. As you heard, Prosper can help you by teaching you marketing strategies that work. So look no further than the Live Long Digital community of entrepreneurs and highly successful business owners. Join our community today. Find us on www.community.livelongdigital.com.au. Network with other driven entrepreneurs and find the expert guidance you need to take your business to the next level. www.community.livelongdigital.com.au